You said that you had a new book that you wrote. So
Yes.
it's very nice that you send us the link, and
Most.
I'm happy to hear you. I don't have any questions, and my questions I wrote them in the chat. In fact,
Yes.
these were not things that I prepared for, especially for these meetings. I usually write. Take notes when I read text, books, etc. Sometimes there are questions, and sometimes they are just impressions, my personal impressions that I wrote to myself, and I decided to put them on the chat to see maybe they will be interesting or someone can give also their ideas. And thank you that you already answered some of them. Um, I, I usually don't know very well the Bible text, as many people here. You know, the Joseph and all the biblical identities and their relationships, etc., etc. I know less. I read, but I know I don't remember historical the special facts. Let's say. But what was interesting to me, the question that I think Yanis asked the last time, she asked who wrote the Bible, if I remember well, correct. I don't know if it was Yanis or other person, I don't remember. Someone asked this question. And it seems to me that this question is even much broader than, than what she asked. Because in non-duality we can say even not just who wrote the Bible, but who wrote any book, a historical book. Because the past, I don't know if it even exists according to the non-duality. So this was one of my ideas when I heard the question, because I don't have any
Yes.
special questions. So this was just my ideas, what I was thinking, you know, because many non-dualist speakers, you also mentioned this, that, you know, when we leave, we just leave this moment, and we don't even know if the past is maybe just a thinking, just a thought, you know,
Yes.
in the mind. So
Yeah.
even if
Thank
it's very
you.
weird to think about it, but this is just these are the facts. So the question is much broader, in my opinion. That it's a good question. I also wrote the question, who wrote the Bible, because many people think about this. You have some book, it's a very strange book, let's say, many think, and everybody asks this question. But I also ask, who is Moses, if it didn't exist, or who is David, who is I don't know, Joseph, all these people that the text talk about. But yes,
Thank you,
it's
Shlomo, for the question, for the pile of questions. Yes, and thank you
yeah,
for
no, it's
joining
not
us.
about. It's the
Yes.
same as it's just my ideas. I mean, it's not even a question. I think you know, it's just
Yes.
what happens to my mind.
Thank you. We have a new listener here. Rodrigo just joined us. We would like to greet you, Rodrigo. Thank you, Shlomo. With good morning, Rodrigo. We're so happy that you're here. And we would like to greet everyone, yes, for the new months. Yes, this is the eighth month from spring, Hemisphere perspective. Cheshvan. Cheshvan comes from cheshbon. Cheshbon is calculation or calculating. And machashava. Machashava is a thought and calculation. Cheshvan. So there's a new moon. This is the eighth moon from spring. And we would like to greet you with Chodesh Tov. And we would like also to hear if Rodrigo have something to say. If you have something to say or to ask or just to greet you with good morning and hear how's the weather at the moment in Porto Alegre, we shall be delighted, I would say. We hope you have very good weather today and spring slowly approaches. Good morning,
Hello.
Hello, Rodrigo. Good morning. How do you do?
I'm fine, actually. Thank you very much. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Oh, great. Well, actually, today it's a beautiful day here in Porto Alegre. We have the sun. The sun is shining. The birds are flying. It's a great time here, and it's a pleasant time with you, Sunshine, Zeno, Shlomo. Thank you very much to open this mic, and it's amazing time. I don't have any question at the moment, but just to listen and to share our thoughts in this conversation. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Rodrigo. So pleasant to hear from you from Brazil. And we would like to greet you with a very good month. This is a new moon month, Cheshvan, from Cheshbon, Machshava. Cheshbon is calculating, yes, calculator, calculating. And Machshava. Machshava is the thought. So the eight, we usually, what happens is we modify the months according to the spheres. So Cheshvan belongs to Sfirat Bina, understanding the eighth sphere from below, or like the eighth day. Yes, like the eighth day, the day of the covenant, the day of the anointed. In this month, usually there's the harvest of the olives from which we make oil. Good morning, Fernando. We are very happy to see you here. So, Cheshvan, or Chashman. Chashman is also Archbishop, yes? But Chashman, Chet is 8. Shin Mem Nun, Shemen. The 8th month is oil. Yes? Chashman, or Cheshvan. Shalom and good morning, Fernando. We're so happy to see you here. And with this beautiful month, we would like to greet you with oil. Oil always floats above the water, like the eighth sphere floats above the seventh day of creation. It is above. This is a new reality of which we cannot see in the eyes or sense in the senses. This is the eighth day. This is a new world to come. Like Isaac was circumcised, yes, in the eighth day, in a new world, a world that Abraham could not conceive in the mind. Therefore, Isaac was born when Abraham was 100 years. What is 110 by 10? This is the matrix, 10 by 10. So it is a matrix of matter. Abraham could not see, yes, Isaac birth in his calculations. He was a great astronomer, astrologer. He could calculate very well. He could weigh every letter. He could relate. He could position. He could do everything in terms of words and numbering. One thing he could not see: the birth of Isaac. The world beyond our thought, or beyond the world, beyond human thought, cannot be captured. The eighth day can never be captured in the mind of a human. The mind of a human can capture only 7. Beyond is a miracle. Oh, this is a miraculous reality, and we cannot capture it. Therefore, Abraham could not perceive, could not see the birth of Isaac, the birth of laughter, the birth of joy. Because in the world that is seen to the eyes of flesh, of space and time, there are sometimes very, very horrible scenarios, hard to digest, hard to even evaluate or even to be shared or to speak about. Impossible. Only silence sometimes can hold those realities or those moments. And it is impossible to imagine or to foresee the world beyond. We say beyond in Hebrew, me'ever, me'ever. It is impossible. And the new world already exists. Our tendency is to calculate data. Calculating data, it means everything is already what? Dead and dated. It is written. It is coded. Yes? But the world to come is not yet coded, is not yet written. This is why the new world to come belongs to the realm of miracle or miracles. And in a way, this month symbolizes this concept. Cheshvan, from Cheshman, there's harvest of olives in this month, and from olives we make oil, and oil floats above the face of the water. If water represents time, the oil above the water is beyond space and time. It's like reality that we cannot process and we cannot see. And it's miraculous, like the birth of Isaac, like the birth, or suddenly there's a burst of laughter. Suddenly we just laugh. And this is the great revelation or the great relief, because there's only laughter that can express how the world in space and time is narrow. Also, laughter cannot be controlled. If suddenly there's like a burst of laughter, without any reason, it cannot be controlled. If we notice in space and time, people, not people, also states and authorities, everything is, there's all the time trials or attempts, yes, to handle, to control, to guarantee, to secure, to take precautions. And all of this can be done only in a mind that calculates. But laughter cannot be calculated or cannot be calculated. It just appears, and it's round. When we smile or when we laugh, our how do you say, our lips are going up? Yes. So it's round. It's non-linear. Laughter is not linear. The realm of the 7 days is linear. This is what the first chapter in Genesis tells us. It is linear. You can count, there's light, you can see, you can evidence, yes, and you can tell a story. But laughter just appears from, in a way, nowhere. It appears here, but it's not from here. This is the reality of the 8th day or of the world to come, which we cannot conceive in our mind at the moment. The world to come is the world of the 8th sphere. The world of the anointed. the oil, pure oil, heavens. This is why also Philon of Alexandria says in his books, in his beautiful books, about Abraham, the relation, because once Felipe was asking about relations between Abraham, he asked about Joseph and Jacob, but we can look from Felipe's point of view, what is happening between Abraham and Isaac. And Philon says something very interesting. Isaac is not the son of Abraham. He is not his son. Also, the Bible says in the promise, and this year, the next year, there's a son to whom? To Sarah, your wife. This is the son of Sarah. Yes, Sarah should, according to every parameter, should not have delivered children. Time and space does not interest her in a bit. She does not deal with worldly issues or worldly events, not at all. In a way, she didn't want it even. But since there's a divine will, it happened through her. She didn't want it. And Isaac came. Not because Abraham wanted a wish, because Abraham had already Ishmael. So there was a child and it's okay. But because there was a great promise and it happened. But not according to what Abraham thought or could capture. And Isaac signifies a reality which none of us, in a way, can calculate or foresee. Sometimes the very dark moment that is being experienced as heavy, as impossible, as a torment, as a torture, in the days to come, appears to be the beautiful spotlight that from there everything just switched and moved on. So this is the spark of this beautiful month. Yes. Yes. Shlomo asked, is this state is called being? Yes. Yes. It's not of a process. Yes, this world or this life or the reality which is described in Genesis 1, 6 days of creation, and then this reality of space and time describes a process. Yes, but the eighth sphere or the eighth day is not of a process. It just exists and we don't have to do anything about it. Just laughter, just joy, just happiness. When we feel happiness in the heart, is not because we did something to gain it or to pursue it. It just appears. Happiness is is a natural feeling when there's no interference. This is the happiness of being. Yes, Yanis is writing, this month is also when the flood Mabul happens. Yes, because there's a new world. That's great, Yanis. Yes, in this month also the Mabul, the flood, is happening because the flood, what does it do? Very good remark. It covers the current reality or the current how do you say, the current perspective that we have about life. It just covers everything, and the reality or the life as we see it ceases to exist, and there's an over reality which is coming. This is why it happens. Very good. Very good, Yanis. Excellent. Yes. The old world, yes, is being removed or covered with water. Very good, water, flood. And there's the 8th day of oil. Yes, and oil, the reality of oil is higher than the water, like the reality of the soul is higher than the body, which appears in space and time. Yes? As the oil floats above the face of the water, so is the reality of the soul, yes, hovering upon the body, which appears in space and time. It is just the brain that learns to identify the soul with the limited proximity of the body. Yes, but there is no limitation whatsoever. Any questions? Yes, Yanis is writing. King Solomon also compelled the building of the first temple. Excellent. Yes, yes. Beit Rishon. Yes, Bet HaMikdash HaRishon. In Cheshvan. Yes, the temple. This is a reality, the first temple of unity. Yes, because it was the first. Not the first in English, but Echad, unicity. Yes, in the 8th month. Yes, yes. Is a reality that we cannot capture, because what happens in daily life to each and every one of us is that we see like scattered things, or we cannot put things together. It doesn't make any sense. We just see fragments, and sometimes symbols are helping or so, and many moments seems to us as stuck or not going anywhere, or what are we doing here even, yes? But this is to the eye of the beholder, to the eyes, yes, that are seeing process. This is to the eyes of Rachel. What are the eyes of Rachel? I say eyes of Rachel, though in the Bible it is not mentioned like this. This is a linear, because Rachel is beautiful to look at. Yifat To'ah, she has a beautiful feature. Vifat Mar'eh, she has a beautiful feature, and it is beautiful to see. But what sees Rachel, yes, or what has this, yes, in someone has the ability to notice a beautiful feature is the eye, the organ of the eye. So in the eyes of Rachel, yes, again, this does not exist, but through the lens of space and time, we would like to see everything complete and perfect. And when it's complete to our eyes, we love it. This is the love of Jacob to Rachel. It is not a romantic love as people tend to translate it historically. It's just when the eyes of flesh are seeing something, objects, yes? And it's beautiful. This is the love of Jacob to Rachel. And everyone who sees an object, the eyes, this is the world of two, by the way. Object, subject. I see something beautiful, I want it. Yes, this is the world of duality. This is the world of the tree of knowledge. This is the world of space and time, which Jacob is prevented to have an access. Therefore, Laban switches the bride under the veil in the night of the wedding. First comes Leah. Yes, and the eyes of Leah, what? Rakot, soft. What does it mean that the eyes of Leah are soft? Is not, or like they say Hinduism, it's empty eyes. It's not seeing subject object. It's not of duality. It's the glance of which we can see before or beyond space and time. Unicity in a way, or non-two. This is the eyes of Leah. Rakot, soft. Yes, we say soft in English, or empty. In Hebrew, Rakot has the same letters as Keter, Keter crown, and crown, the sphere of crown, is how do you say? Is associated with infinite. So first, the switch under the veil was to bring Jacob, in a way, to delay, yes, this unity with the tree of knowledge, and to bring him to the perspective of the infinite by first marrying Leah. There are many ways to speak about being. Otherwise, people would not speak about it, Shlomo. There are ways to speak about it. State of being is a state which the mind or the brain is not involved in. Yes? This is the state of being. It's quite simple. You don't need to attain it. If you want to attain it, you're already in the process of thinking. You want to get it. So it means that there are two. Being is not to get. There's nothing to get in being. There's nothing to get in being. It's very simple. Any questions? Abigail, good afternoon. We are so happy to see you. Any questions? Abigail, Fernando, Zeno, Yanis, Sunshine, Rodrigo. We shall be happy. There's nothing to attain. Once the brain is occupied, he tries to take charge of everything. But it's an illusion. Yes, it's very simple. Here is something that happened yesterday, and I would like to share it with you. When the corona started, we were sitting here almost every day with a whiteboard, sorting, writing, learning, sketching. The friends from Brazil were already reading the book of Aryeh Kaplan, Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan. And there was no, while the friends from Brazil had an access to this beautiful book, there was no such a book in Hebrew, believe it or not. Yesterday, by chance, I happened to move through a bookstore, and to my astonishment, I saw the book translated to Hebrew with footnotes that people collected in the last few hundreds of years. So we bought the book, and during this long night, I was reading it. This is Sefer Bahir. Yes, Fernando. All the sketches that I was, how do you say, drawing with you together for years, were, how do you say, coming from learning. Yes, but there was no book like this before. It was printed. I just opened the book yesterday. It was printed at the end of 2022. This is the end of the corona. It came to be. I mean, it came to publication. Many people were involved in it. Generations, I would say. And I was sitting all night long here with a candle and was reading the book, and all all the topics that we discussed and draw and sketched and brought pictures, everything is there. It was like, I don't know how to explain this. I just don't know. There was no book available. You friends had it translated to English or to Portuguese. It is, I think, was published many, many years ago, first in English, and then it was translated to other languages, but never it came in Hebrew. And it's the first time that I saw the book yesterday. We brought it home, and I was reading it all night. This is just amazing, because we did it naturally in class. And I would like to thank you for your friendship and being here together, learning together. Yes, yes. Later on, I will, how do you say, photo the cover. They really made a beautiful work of the cover. And it's amazing. It's just amazing. And I thought in the next sessions to bring like snapshots, yes, from the book, from the letters. There are beautiful drawings of the letters. And it was such a astonishing night, yes, and it came with the new moon and the new month, just to, I don't know how to even share this moment. But everything which is written there, Fernando, Rodrigo, the friends from Brazil, because they were the core, everyone were listening to it during the time that we were already broadcasting this. But you also you all the time mentioned the book, mentioned the book, and finally it arrived, and I read it line by line, and we did it. I mean, by heart. We were speaking about it for years, and everything is just amazing. Thank you for that. Aryeh Kaplan, yes, Aryeh Kaplan, yes. It was what? This is what we did all of those years. Everything is in one book. You see, it's just to show you that Sefer Bahir was written in Hebrew. Yes, it was translated to German by Sholem 100 years ago. This was his first PhD. And to other languages with many, many footnotes. It was translated to Latin with a bit of mistakes or so, or many mistakes, to so many, but never it appears in Hebrew. And suddenly, to my astonishment, I see all the studies that we did together, all the footnotes, all those little, how do you say, little scribes, little sketches, little understandings, gematria, sfirot, tzinorot, like pipes, wheels, Abba ve'ima, all of those things. It was just, what? It was a present, yes. It just, I could not foresee this book. I did not notice that it came to be. I didn't know about it. Yes, Fernando writes, an interesting fact is that these books were like an entry door for me, and after I found these classes, I left them on the shelf. Yes, yes, yes. Referring to the Zohar, but yes, of course. Yes, Sunshine, referring to the Zohar, the Bahir, yes. Bahir, Sefer HaBahir, the book, Das Buch Bahir, like Gershom Sholem names it, Das Buch Bahir. Sefer HaBahir is the source of the Zohar. Right? Many, many verses were taken from Sefer HaBahir and appears later in different editions, because the book of Zohar was not written by one man or one human. It was written by many, many people through hundreds of years. Yes, it's not a composition of one man in certain time, let's say 3, 5, 4 years. No, it's a composition that was written along the generations. Yes, but the core text from which the Zohar inspires, yes, or takes the inspiration from, is the book Sefer HaBahir, the Bright Book. And the name of the book is upon a verse from the book of Job. Yes. And Fernando is writing, yes, some are descending the leader, but others, yes, Fernando.
Hello, Meti. Can you hear me?
Shalom, shalom. Good morning. We're so happy. Yes, the sound is working. Yes.
Yeah, thank you for sharing it, this episode. And if I may share just my experience, that is quite interesting because I think that I can remember when a friend gave me one of Arias Kaplan's book, and it was like so good to read it. It was like a precious book to me, you know. But I read Arias Kaplan without reading the book of Zohar, without knowing Hebrew the first time, without any. I didn't have the structure to read it. I would say, you know, because it is like a resume or a commentaries from the text, you know. It is quite friendly to read. And when I started the classes, so we went to the root. So like you were opening the book of Zohar and how to read it, and also the Torah, and all this going directly to sacred text. You know. So I never went to the Arias Kaplan books again because I was like reading these, looking through these lands, new lands, and so it's quite nice. Now I'm gonna visit him again from a different perspective. But it is a precious book in my heart because he opened many doors in that time, and it was so nice to remember the COVID times where we put like the sketches of the book and things like this. I can remember this. So thank you for sharing this. It warmed my heart.
Thank you, Fernando. And to Yannis' question, yes, I saw yesterday the book in Hebrew, so we bought it, but the book came in English, I believe, in the mid-70s. So it's available in English for many, many years. Many, many years it's available. And it's a very good book. One thing I have to share this, because as Fernando says, it's a summary of, or it's forward to the Zohar, or it depends. If there was a forward to the book in which they try to explain who might have wrote the book, when did he live, in what time, in which area, and so. So there was like, let's say, historical perspectives with footnotes, but they were saying all of the time that those who were learning it kept it secretly. It considered to be a secret Torah Sod. So not everyone could have had access to it. And when I read it yesterday, I thought, why do they write it in this way? It's not that deliberately, yes, it was captured in a certain room, yes, or under a certain veil. I don't think that this is the intention when they say Torah Sod is a secret Torah. It is just a way to say that it is not accessible to everyone. Do you understand? This is something that I was reading and I said, why do they say it was like Torah Sod and not everyone could join the circle? It's not because there was a lifeguards, like, or just to prevent people from. It means basically that not everyone has access to this world. Or what does it mean to have access? There's an openness, even remotely, to hear about it. It is not that you, like you see in cartoons, like somebody takes like a piece of wood and tick, 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 tick with nails, close the windows and doors. This is not it. It is simply not everyone has the access to it. What is the access? Space inside. To listen, yes, to this possibility that the eighth day exists. Let's call it like this. What is Torah Sod? The realm of the 8 days exists. And this is amazing. This is quite amazing. It's funny that the book suddenly came because why now? Why when the new months came? Why now? Yes, and when there's a beautiful visit, yes, of the administration, White House administration in Jerusalem, in the church today, and this is the 8th month and the day of the Anointed One, and so on. This is, you cannot. Nobody can plan such. How do you say happenings? Yes, the book appears, Sefer Bahir, in this month, and also there is unforeseeable visit. Yes, the administration visit in the church in Jerusalem in the beginning of the 8th month. It's amazing. Because who writes this script? This is the question. Who writes the script? Do you have any questions, Fernando, Shlomo, Sunshine, Yanis, Zeno, Abigail? Who? Yes, who? Me. Me. The 8th, yes? Sfirat Binah. Sfirat Binah. Yes. Do you have any questions or sharing? Fernando, how was the visit in Spain? How is the spirit? Would you like to share with us?
It was nice, Eti. It was nice. It was warm and nice and beautiful. And just what hit me an image, Eti. Today I had a strange dream, if I may share. But just one image. I think that I was in United States, like in a dinner or something, and a man that was like in Auschwitz was there, like he somebody that had passed through this experience, you know. and he was like using, like was dressed with clothes from that time. I don't know how to explain this, but it was possible to identify this experience in this guy. And I went to help him, like to talk with him, because he was like, with all this tension that we are living in the world, you know, we know that many people are engaged in this political war that we are passing through. So I went through this guy and give him my hand, and we had a hug, like, you can count on me, or something like this, you know. It was quite strange. And we took a picture together or something like this, you know, like we are together. And I don't know why, while you were speaking about this political event, image came to me. So I'm just sharing because I could even to write it down, but it came now while you were speaking. Just to share it, just to put out. It's made to the matrix, because sometimes it's not personal. Just sharing.
Thank you, Fernando. Thank you so much. Thank you for your participation here. Thank you for being here with us. Thank you, Fernando, for sharing. Rodrigo, Shlomo for asking. Abigail, good afternoon. Thank you for being here. Yanis, Zeno, Sunshine, we're so happy that you're here. And we shall be here on Saturday as well at the same time. We would like to wish you Shabbat Shalom, and this Shabbat will be Parashat Noach. Yes, Noach and the flood, Noah and the flood. If Fernando would like to sing, he has few songs, yes. Or Felipe, you're most welcome to sing with us on Saturday. We shall be delighted, wishing you a great month and a lot of happiness, and see you here as soon as possible on Saturday at the same time. Toda, shalom ulitraot.